Hola, en esta lección vamos a aprender cómo los países hispanohablantes y los mapas. Ok, primero, América del Sur. Okay, if you click here, there is a song, and I also attached it earlier this week. It is the Rock the Capital song. I did not create this song, and I have given credit to the person that created it. And if you listen to the song, you'll notice that the song follows straight down the coastline of South America. It starts up here and it ends right down here with Brazil. So it goes kind of in a big circle. And it should be noted that Brazil is not a Spanish-speaking country. They speak Portuguese. These other countries over here, they were, I believe, French colonies, and they're not listed in the song, so they are also not labeled on your map. These tiny dots over here off the coast of Ecuador, they're the Galapagos Islands, and it is a volcanic archipelago. An archipelago is just a series of islands. They belong to Ecuador, and you may have heard of it because of the research of Charles Darwin. You're not responsible for that information. It's just kind of a fun fact. They don't allow a lot of people on those islands, and I suspect in the not too distant future, they're not going to allow people on the island, outsiders on the island, tourists at all. All right, and so I will start at the top up here. Caracas, Venezuela. Caracas, Venezuela. Bogotá, Colombia. Bogotá, Colombia. Quito, Ecuador. Quito, Ecuador. Lima, Perú. Lima, Perú. La Paz, Bolivia. La Paz, Bolivia. Asunción, Paraguay. Asunción, Paraguay. Santiago, Chile. Santiago, Chile. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Montevideo, Uruguay. Montevideo, Uruguay. And just because it is in the song, Brasilia, Brazil. Brasilia, Brazil. You'll notice that I kind of said those with a little bit of a rhythm. That is because it's hard, once you've heard the song as many times as I have, it's hard to say them without the rhythm that is in the song. So I am not going to play the song for you right now. You can play it, and I recommend playing it as many times as possible. I will also make a note here that Bolivia, you'll notice in your vocab list and your notes earlier this week that Bolivia has two capitals, La Paz and Sucre. One is the capital, the government capital, that would be La Paz, and Sucre is the cultural capital. La Paz is the one that you'd be responsible for, and you don't have to know where the capitals are situated in the country, just know what the capitals are. America Central. All right. Again, the song goes down the coastline and then into the Caribbean, and the countries here are not drawn to scale. Obviously, Mexico is much bigger than the countries in Central America, and these tiny Caribbean islands, they're just blown up a little bit so you can see them better. And I will also state here that Mexico's capital can be stated as either La Ciudad de Mexico, which means Mexico City, or Mexico DF, which is the Federal District of Mexico, which would be a similar translation to Washington, D.C., which is the District of Columbia. The song uses Mexico DF as the capital, so, you could use that. So that's the one people usually memorize. And the song also uses Instead of La Ciudad de Guatemala, it just says Guatemala, and La Ciudad de Panama, it just says Panama. And it is totally okay with me if you just say Guatemala instead of La Ciudad de Guatemala and Panama instead of La Ciudad de Panama. So I'm going to start right at the top there with Mexico. México DF, México. México DF, México. Guatemala, Guatemala. Guatemala, Guatemala. Tegucigalpa, Honduras. Tegucigalpa, Honduras. San Salvador, El Salvador. San Salvador, El Salvador. Managua, Nicaragua. Managua, Nicaragua. San Jose, Costa Rica. San Jose, Costa Rica. Panama, Panama. Panama, Panama. La Habana, Cuba. La Habana, Cuba. Santo Domingo, República Dominicana. Santo Domingo, República Dominicana. San Juan, Puerto Rico. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Right, and then we move to Europa, Europe, and there is no song for Spain, unfortunately. Spain, or España, is hanging out all by itself over in Europe. And these islands off to the side over there are the Canary Islands, or Las Islas Canarias. It is an autonomous archipelago, again, little spattering of islands. It belongs to Spain, and it is in an area known as Macaronesia, near Morocco, near North Africa. And you do not need to know that. It is just a fun fact. And again, there is no song for Spain, but the capital is Madrid, España. Madrid, España. Madrid, España. And that is it for this lesson.